What's up everybody, I'm Jeremy from Weldtec Designs and we are going to do it again. We are going to show you another killer Ford van that we just got done building here at Weldtec Designs. So let's go jump into this van and talk about all the cool things that we did. We're going to talk about the tire size before we even jump into the lift, and I want to tell you why. Is because I know a lot of you have already invested into tires and you're kind of curious, well, how is my van going to look if I lift it, but don't necessarily change out the tires right away, and I want to wear these things down. Well, right here, this is a great way to show you visually. So this is going to be a 245/75/16 tire, and this is going to be on your stock rim, so no problem whatsoever. This is an all-terrain tire, so it may look slightly more aggressive than if you had a road tire on there, but again guys, just a 245 ready for that 285 if you decide to go bigger. So this does have the Baja grocery getter kit on there, so that's going to be our coils, our shocks, our extended radius arms, and you can see that there's just a ton of room right here, even with this slider step that they have put on there. And they've also done that in a really cool like rhino liner material all the way down the side of this thing, which looks really nice. But no problem, even when you do go to that larger tire, you're gonna have a ton of room in there. But to me, when you take a look at this, you step back away, it doesn't look ridiculous, it doesn't look silly, and it's just ready for that next step. Now this particular customer, well, I guess before we talk about what we did up in the front, let's finish off this and talk about how we got this height out of the rear. All right, so in the rear of this, we did not do blocks, we did our progressive leaf spring. So technically you would call this whole lift kit our complete performance package. And now guys, this is an older van and you'll be able to tell by the front end on this van. But one thing to keep in mind is if you're going to be replacing your leaf springs, I would also consider replacing the shackles as well. And you can see in here, we have replaced those shackles as well. So that's going to be nice on the preventative maintenance side of this lift kit, because now it's also going to have all new bushings and all the pivots in the front and in the rear. To finish this off in the rear, we did add a set of Fox shocks to get to control all of the rear suspension, the movement, the ride, and overall this thing is just going to be a lot of fun. We didn't stop there. Let's talk about the bumpers that we put on this. So what's cool about this, guys, is if you haven't seen it before, that this is going to be our rear tube bumper for the Ford Econolines. Now you're going to see that this does have the caps on both sides of this bumper, and what we're trying to do is set you guys up for the future, because we know that these bumpers are expensive, and I wish there was something we could do about it, but there's not, because all of this stuff is made here in the great United States of America. So, but what this does is it does allow you to add a tire swing on it later on if you decide that you need that. That's a really nice option. And then on the passenger side, you could add that swing as well later on, making this bumper completely modular. Now you may think, well, heck, most of the time I'm driving around town and I don't even necessarily need a spare tire on there. Well, perfect. Well, don't run it on there. It makes getting in and out of the back of your van a lot easier. And then you can always add the swings when you're ready to go on that trip, that adventure, or wherever you may be going. So just another thing that's really cool that we're trying to do here at Weldtec Designs is making all of these parts modular so you can add and subtract to them. Let's jump to the front bumper on this thing and check that out. All right guys, so this is it. This is our Baja pre-runner, tube bumper. No winch, guys, no winch. I almost automatically want to say winch, but you can see as I dive down into this, there is not going to be room for a winch on here. So we're kind of taking this back to the old school, how we used to do bumpers. Not a lot of winch bumpers at all back in the days, because we were just pre-running, having fun down in New Mexico, and that's what it was all about. So you can see that on this older van, the bumper sticks about 8 inches off of the front grille on there. It's still going to be really sleek and nice. It's going to give you, it just goes low enough to give you protection of your front radiator here on the bottom, but overall just a really clean, simple looking bumper. Taking it back to the OG days of Weldtec Designs. I would love to hear what you guys think. I want to say this might be one of the first times we put the Baja pre-runner bumper on a old school van. We've been putting them on a lot of the newer vans. I'm digging it on the old school style van front end. But yeah, I think that's all I have. Short and sweet video. The only thing I didn't even talk about is this is a diesel van. So I forgot to mention that we do have the diesel steering stabilizer in here on the bottom. That steering stabilizer does require welding, and on the old school vans, if you have a diesel and you have a sway bar, just keep in mind, I mean, normally we get rid of the sway bars anyways, but you'll be definitely getting rid of the sway bar if you have a diesel van and want to run our steering stabilizer. So a whole bunch of information, pretty short, sweet video, guys. If you guys have any questions about any of the stuff that we talked about in today's video, make sure you go ahead, comment down below. Heck, just comment and say hi, say Merry Christmas, say we love Weldtec Designs. Hey, you know, that's all we ask for. And, you know, while you're down there, just smash that subscribe button. Otherwise, I'm Jeremy from Weldtec Designs. I'll see you guys in the next video.